This goddamn tweet and the lying. Oh my God, I'm talking too freely, but you know, the change of stories, the lack of preparation, the lying, the holy.
A surprising statement emerged from the family of controversial US President Donald Trump. Donald Trump's older sister, Maryanne Trump Barry, a former US federal judge, gave a searing critique about her younger brother. The statements by Barry occurred in conversations, which were secretly recorded by her niece, Mary Trump. A portion of the recording transcripts, which in total for 15 hours of conversations in 2018 and 2019, was first released by the Washington Post. In the recording, Barry states that Trump is without principles, that he can be trusted, and that he is a liar.
This goddamn tweet and the lying. Oh my God, I'm talking too freely, but you know, the change of stories, the lack of preparation, the lying, the holy. But he's appealing to the base, what they're doing with the kids at the border. I mean,
Barry also criticized Trump's ability to manage the country and stated that Donald Trump is a person who could spin stories, that he was an underprepared person and outlined the kinds of lies Trump tells. Barry even stated that Trump doesn't read and that he cheated in order to get into university. She says that Donald Trump was accepted to the University of Pennsylvania because he paid someone to take his SAT test for him.
And he went to Florida for 1 year, and then he got into University of Pennsylvania because he had somebody to take the exams. No way. And he had somebody take his entrance exams? SATs or whatever. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
These statements were confirmed and corroborated in Mary's book, a tell-all about the Trump family life, entitled Too Much and Never Enough: How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man. Mary writes she can still remember the name of the man who took the test, so that Trump could enter university. To the Washington Post, Mary also stated that her uncle didn't deserve to become president, and that she was going to do everything she could to support Joe Biden. Mary's spokesperson, Chris Bastardy, says that Mary began recording her conversations with Barry in 2018. She did it after her family members lied about the worth of their family assets 2 decades before, during a legal battle over inheritance. In the case, Mary received far less inheritance than expected. Anticipating information related to the settlement of the case, she felt it necessary to record the conversations for her own protection. But hold on, how do you guys feel about Mary's decision to record their conversations without Barry's consent? This question was also raised by the Twitter account @gelbaron13. Regarding the recording, what Mary Trump did was technically legal. Under New York State recording laws, using any device to record or obtain information with the consent of at least one party is permitted, in other words, legal. On the other hand, Barry herself to this day has not said anything about her disputes with Trump, but on the recording now in the public eye, she actually reveals a break in their relationship in the 1980s, when Barry asked for help from Trump. At that time, Trump had asked his lawyer, Roy Cohn, to call Ronald Reagan and encourage him to put forward a woman as a federal judge in New Jersey. Because at that time, Reagan was running for president again and wanted to win women's votes.
Reagan was the president, and can you ask Roy Cohn, to call Reagan, because they were like kissing buddies. The next day I had the nomination. I probably would have gotten it on the merits anyway. Reagan was running for re-election. He needed a woman.
A woman, yeah.
And I was top government prosecutor in the United States. Yeah.
Long story short, Ronald Reagan was re-elected as president. According to records at ReaganFoundation.org, on the 13th of September 1983, Reagan spoke with Barry, and on the following day, Barry was nominated as a federal judge. Since then, Barry has worked on her own behalf, rising to higher judicial positions without Trump's assistance. But that situation is often used by Trump, who takes every opportunity to take credit for the success Barry has earned.
He once tried to take credit for me. where would you be without me? I said, you say that one more time, I will level you.
In response to the tapes coming out, Donald Trump gave a statement from the White House stating, "Every day it's something else. Who cares? I miss my brother and I'll continue to work hard for the American people." Not everyone agrees, but the results are obvious. Our country will soon be stronger than ever before. The statement was quoted by White House correspondent Jeremy Diamond on his Twitter account. As we know, Donald Trump's younger brother, Robert Trump, recently passed away on the 15th of August 2020. In the meantime, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows released a strong defense of Donald Trump. He said that President Trump isn't anything like what is described in the recording. According to Meadows, this was a political ploy at the hand of his niece and for the base desire of wanting Joe Biden as president. The Chief of Staff then disputed the claims about Trump's reading habits, stating that Trump reads more than anyone else he knows.
I can tell you a number of other things that supposedly have been alleged that the president doesn't read much. You may see it when he goes to Marine One. There's a cardboard box that is brought on Marine One. What's in there are clippings and clippings each and every day. He reads probably more than anybody I know, which causes me to have to read more because every morning he's giving me a to-do list.
What do you guys think about that? And it doesn't end there, as many netizens have been commenting on Trump's response to the audio recording and what he has done during his time in office all this time. One comment, posted on the Twitter account of @EvanDForever, states that his ill-reasoned inaction and ineptitude that decimated many families' well-being, 20 million plus jobs gone, and enabled 178 million COVID dead, many unnecessary, destroying loved ones and friends' lives. As reported by the ADP National Employment Report, the private sector slashed a record 20.2 million jobs between March and April due to coronavirus pandemic. The steep climb in coronavirus cases in America is attributed to Trump time, and again underestimating the crisis and focusing on other issues. A number of government officials had identified the threat and reminded him to act more aggressively. However, Donald Trump was slow to accept the scale of the risk and took actions instead based on their economic advantage, brushing aside the warnings from many senior officials. Barry had said that Trump can't be trusted, and this too was put forward by Adam Schiff, the leader of the House Intelligence Committee, while delivering his closing arguments on the 12th day of the Senate impeachment trial of President Donald Trump.
And the short, plain, sad, incontestable answer is no, you can't. You can't trust this president to do the right thing, not for 1 minute, not for one election, not for the sake of our country.
How do you guys feel about all this response to the secret Barry tapes? Share your responses in the comments column below, okay? And subscribe this channel for more fascinating discussions. See you later!